The NFL just increased their salary cap to $255 million.
That the league has informed teams that the cap will fall in the range of $277 to $281 million for the upcoming season. Now that's way up from last year's number of $255 million, and it's increasing by more than $53 million over the last 2 years.
Every NFL offseason, you hear it nonstop. They don't have cap space. That contract creates dead money. They restructured the deal to make room. But what does any of that actually mean? Today, we're breaking down how the NFL salary cap works, why dead money exists, and how contract restructures lets teams keep stars while staying under the cap. This is your full guide to understanding the NFL's financial chessboard. What is the NFL salary cap? The NFL salary cap is a hard cap, meaning teams are not allowed to go over it. Every team has the exact same limit, and every player contract must fit within that number for the league year. The cap's determined by a formula based on league revenue.
First and foremost, the NFL announced the 2024 salary cap is $255.4 million, a $30 million increase over the prior season, about 13%, which historically is one of the biggest jumps in the history of the salary cap.
TV deals, ticket sales, merchandise, streaming, and more. As revenue rises, so does the cap. That's why recent caps have jumped by tens of millions of dollars year to year.
Different components of an NFL contract hit the salary cap in different ways. Very simple, and it all hits the salary cap in that year. What teams often also do is use prorated bonuses, signing bonuses, and other mechanisms to push money over 5 years.
The cap exists to create fairness. It stops big market teams from simply outspending everyone and ensures that roster building comes down to smart decisions, not who has the deepest pockets. Base salary, signing bonus, and how cap hits are calculated. To understand the cap, you need to understand this. Cap hit does not equal cash paid. Players get paid in different ways. Base salary, paid weekly during the season. Signing bonus, paid up front in cash, but prorated on the cap over up to 5 years.
Signing bonus. It's a form of guaranteed money. It's a monetary bonus given to the player when they sign their contract. It's generally paid, and it can be, depending on the amount, it can be paid, within 10 days of signing the contract. It could be in installments, but it's essentially an upfront payment based on the expected performance of that player, based on their market value.
Roster bonuses, workout bonuses, incentives all have different rules for how they hit the cap. Here's the key. A $20 million signing bonus doesn't hit the cap at $20 million. If it's a 4-year contract, the cap hit is $20 million divided by 4, which is $5 million per year. This is how teams create room, by pushing parts of the cost into future seasons. A player's annual cap hit is the sum of prorated signing bonus, base salary, plus any bonuses counting that year. Understanding this is the foundation for everything else. What is dead money? Dead money is exactly what it sounds like. Cap space you can't use because it's tied to players who are no longer on the roster. When you cut a player, any remaining prorated signing bonus accelerates onto the cap immediately.
Dead money is a salary cap charge for a player who is no longer on a team's roster. It exists because of how salary cap accounting rules operate.
Example, a player signs a 5-year deal with a $15 million signing bonus. Proration equals $3 million per year. If the team cuts him after 2 years, the remaining $9 million accelerates as dead money.
Signing bonuses, option bonuses, and certain roster bonuses are prorated or spread out evenly over the life of a contract for a maximum of 5 years.
This is why teams hesitate to release players with large bonuses. Cutting them doesn't make space. In some cases, it actually costs cap space. Dead money is one of the most misunderstood parts of NFL contracts.
That's how you get a contract like frickin' Patrick Mahomes for $500 million. You're spreading this thing out over a long period of time. Well, dead money occurs when you stop the contract. So you trade them or you release them or whatever.
But it's also one of the most important. It tells you how committed a team really is to a player. Post-June 1 designation explained. The NFL gives teams one special tool to soften the blow, the post-June 1 designation.
Have a post-June 1st designation, folks. Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings have confirmed that they will release Garrett.
Normally, all remaining bonus money accelerates right away, but with a post-June 1 cut, teams can split it.
Bonus amounts that, if they were cut before June 1, would rush onto the cap, and
the current year only takes the next scheduled proration. Everything else hits the following year. This lets teams spread the pain over 2 seasons instead of 1.
And it used to be, if you traded a guy during any year, at any time, before or after June 1, you took the full salary cap acceleration that year.
But it also comes with restrictions.
Let's say that John Gruden's not happy with Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He's not going to come out and say it at this stage of the season.
Teams can only designate 2 of these per year.
That money becomes available after June 1st. What they're doing, they're just giving the player.
And the players can't be processed until after June 1st.
But you don't solve that problem by taking on another problem that just compounds your total player personnel problem.
Even if his release is announced earlier. What is a contract restructure? Restructures are the magic trick teams use to create cap space without losing players.
We are going to talk about restructures today, a very fun topic that is casually mentioned across the media landscape and fan bases, but I'm not entirely sure.
A restructure takes a portion of a player's base salary and converts it into a signing bonus.
So restructure, so it's a salary cap adjustment via conversion of base salary to bonus.
Because bonuses can be prorated, teams lower the current year's cap hit.
So like I'm talking about basic restructure, so that is a conversion of salary to signing bonus from a salary cap perspective. So
Push money into the future. Example, a player has a $10 million base salary. The team converts $8 million into a signing bonus on a 4-year deal.
So the team informs the player, we're going to do a conversion. We are going to convert $8 million of your 2025 salary. If you remember back on the previous slide, the player contract had a base salary of $10 million.
That means current year cap savings is $8 million minus $2 million equals $6 million saved.
In this specific case, they restructured $8 million. He was due $10 million in base salary. His payment structure will not change. He will receive a total of $10 million over his base salary, a 36-week payment program. But for the team perspective, they will have saved cap dollars by this conversion in the immediate year and added dead money on.
Future cap hits increase by $2 million per year.
That was the cap charge for this player in 2025, and it dropped to $9.75 million. But the dead money increased to $28 million for 2025 and increased subsequently by $2 million in the following years.
This is why teams can magically create $20 to $30 million in cap room overnight.
For the team in the future, it's deferring cap dollars from the current year to the future. So this team went from what, 15,750,000.
But it also means future cap hits get bigger and bigger. Void years, the NFL's credit card. Void years are one of the most creative tools teams use. They're fake years added to the contract purely for proration.
Infinity Bank is set to take over as the issuing bank for National Football League credit cards for all NFL teams. I personally am hoping that that means that there's going to be an upgrade to these sort of stale, boring.
The player isn't actually playing in those seasons. The contract automatically voids. But because the signing bonus prorates across all years of the contract,
they will be taking over. They've reached agreement with the NFL to become the issuing bank behind the National Football League credit cards for
including void years, teams can stretch out the cap hit even further. This is why teams like the Saints and Eagles seem to create cap space every year.
When you get this credit card, and I have to admit that I actually was one of those chumps because I had the card for a while thinking I kind of wanted some of those rewards.
Despite being over the cap, they're using void years to push money forward, year after year. Why don't teams just restructure forever? Because eventually all the money comes due. Push enough cap hits forward and the bill becomes unavoidable. That's when teams face huge cap crunches, contract purges, and rebuilding years. But the best front offices balance it. They know when to push, when to reset, and which players are worth the long-term commitment. Understanding the salary cap isn't just for accountants. It explains why teams make the decisions they do. If you want to understand NFL roster building, knowing how the cap works is essential. Dead money, restructures, void years, it's all part of the strategy. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more NFL explainers every week.